up everyone? It is your girl Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into some of my favorite drugstore complexion products. So I'm only gonna do complexion in this video. I mean, I have some blush, bronzer, highlighters, and lipsticks. If y'all want a part 2, you can comment down below and I can do that in a separate video, but I'm just focusing on the base today. That's because I have a lot of base products and I'm more familiar with those. I mean, I do use drugstore stuff here and there, but I felt like the base would be the most important things to, like, you know, talk about. So let's get into it. So I'm gonna start off with one. I'm not gonna start off with like some of the newer ones that I've tried recently. I'm gonna start off with some older ones and then we'll kind of mix them in as we go. So I have the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation, hyaluronic acid long wearing. What is all this stuff on my hands? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, but so I have the shade 092 Warm Spices. I feel like this foundation is really similar to the Essence one I just tried. So if you prefer to get the Essence one over the Catrice one, because the Catrice one obviously costs more because, you know, Catrice is the higher end sister brand, even though both of them are affordable, but Essence is a little bit more. If you don't feel like going on Amazon and finding it or buying it on their website because they left Ulta, but they let Essence stay at Ulta. I feel like this is a really good drugstore foundation though. I was using this a lot when it first came out. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all know I'm kind of like a high-end snob when it comes to my foundations and like just a lot of stuff in general. I usually use high-end or luxury stuff, but I really like this one, so I definitely recommend you try it out. What's the next one? I probably should have started with the primers though, now that I think about it, because they're in here too, but you know, we've already started the foundation, so it's too late. Next, I have the, of course, the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I wear the shade 515 Deep Copper. Again, another drugstore foundation I use a lot. My mom actually really likes when I use this one. She said it looks better than a lot of my high-end foundations, and I'm like, oh wow, okay. So I really like this one. Again, one I used a lot when it first came out, like the first year it came out, I used this quite a bit. So I would definitely recommend. I think it's a really good foundation, and I think you should check it out, girl. Now I'm really going back with this one. I got another Catrice one, so let me show you all that one too. This is the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. They say this is supposed to be a good dupe for the Fenty foundation. So if you were interested in trying it out, I wear the shade, what is this, Chestnut Beige 085. I've only used this foundation a couple of times, but like I said, I've heard it's really similar. I think I heard Andrea Montanalo say she felt like this was really similar to the what do you call it, the Fenty foundation as well. I'm not necessarily crazy about the Fenty foundation. I think it's nice, but if you can find a great alternative like this one, if you feel like it's similar, then go ahead and try it out. I haven't used the Fenty foundation in so long, so I couldn't tell you, but I do know I do like this foundation, so I felt the need to share. Now we're going back to the trace for real. Y'all remember this one, the NYX Born to Glow? I love this one. I wear the shade Sienna in this foundation. Honey, this stuff is amazing. I love this foundation. I think it's great. If you like the nice glowy from within situation and you want like the natural radiant finish to the face, you're gonna have to put a good mattifying primer on, or a mattifying powder as well if you have oily combination skin like myself. But I think this is a really nice foundation, and for 10 bucks, honey, it's a steal. You should definitely check it out. It's amazing. Now we can get into some of my, I got one more older one, and then we'll get into my somewhat newer ones, because this is somewhat new. So this is the affordable brand from UOMA Beauty. This is I think it's UOMA Beauty by Sharon C. She's the owner of UOMA Beauty. This is just her affordable brand, and she added Sharon C onto it. But I really love this foundation. I use it a little bit. I don't use it as much in the summertime as I'd like to, because I bought a shade too light for my skin tone. I couldn't remember which one I wore in the UOMA Beauty, and I was in the store and I just went ahead and grabbed, instead of, you know, using common sense and watching my own video to make sure I grab the right shade. But it's okay. I like to mix this in the winter time, or just use this one in the winter time since it fits my skin tone better then. It's a great quality foundation that you can find at your local Walmart store, and I thought it was pretty affordable compared to her original foundation. So definitely check it out. Now let's get into the somewhat newer one. So y'all know I was gonna talk about this Thread Beauty foundation instead. Y'all know I have beat the crap out of it. I think this is an $8 or $10 foundation, and like, look how much it is I have used, y'all. Like, it's almost gone. I definitely recommend this one. This is probably the one I recommend the most, next to the Born to Glow and the L'Oreal and the True Match from Catrice. Those are the top 4. Maybe I should have just did my top 5 instead of showing y'all all these other ones. But I wanted to give you options because y'all know how I am. I try to give all the options. So I put the shade 130 Medium Warm Golden in this foundation, and I will be getting another one when I run out because, honey, for 10 bucks this definitely does it. When I have to rush to work, I'm rubbing this all over my face and looking magnificent as I go. Okay, thank you. That foundation is bomb, and not enough people are talking about it. I can't wait to see what else the brand comes out with because I'm just like, yes, I need more, I need more, I need more things. So now we're actually going to get into the newest things in my collection. So of course y'all know the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter was going to be in here. I wear the shade Tan Deep. Yeah, shade 6 Tan Deep. This stuff is amazing. If you want the Charlotte Tilbury with more coverage, I definitely recommend this product right here if you can find it, because it was out of stock at Target, it was out of stock on their website, it was out of stock at Ulta, it was out of stock everywhere, just because, you know, everybody was excited to have a dupe for the Halo Glow that actually had, I mean, not the Halo Glow, the Hollywood Flawless filter that had more coverage and more shades, because I feel like because this oxidizes, it actually looks better on the skin, and it runs deeper. So this is one time I appreciate oxidation in the product, because it oxidizes, it runs deeper, and it looks better on my skin tone. I absolutely love this thing. And then I like to pair it with their, it's in the box too, so let me just grab it, their e.l.f. Camel Powder Foundation. I wear shade Deep 540N. I love this combination together. Like, again, this is another thing. If I need to rush and go do something, I know I can put this on. I can put this powder foundation on top. I can put the concealer from them as well, the 16-hour Camel Concealer and Deep Olive. This combination right here, run out the door and just be good to go. Absolutely stunning. e.l.f. makes a lot of amazing products, and I think that whole set I showed you would maybe be like 30 bucks for a full face. As far as the complexion, the concealer, the foundation, and the powder, because I think that powder is like 10 bucks. I know the Halo Glow is like 14 bucks, and I think the concealer is like $6, so that's still like a good $25-$30 face. And then, you know, they have dollar bronzers and dollar highlighters, so you can buy those and just have like probably a $30 face, girl, and it'll be beaten to look nice. So I definitely recommend those 3 products for sure. Another newer one to my collection, of course, is the Catrice Keep Me Covered Long Lasting Foundation. That's supposed to be transfer and waterproof. I have close to the deepest shade. I have the shade Mahogany. I forgot the exact, I think this is like the second to last shade. There's one more shade that's darker than this one. If I remember correctly, don't quote me. So I misquoted myself in that video when I said I had the darker shade. There's one more shade that's darker than mine. But this foundation is really nice. Again, I feel like it's really similar to this foundation. This one is just a little more hydrating than this one, but I feel like they both do about the same thing, and it's, you know, and both very affordable. This one's just a little bit more affordable. It's $6.99, and I think I remember this one being like 11 bucks. So I mean, like, you'd be saving like 5 bucks, and you put that 5 bucks on the matching concealer that goes with this, because there is a matching concealer. Let me grab it real quick. Yeah. So I have the shade, what is this, Golden Tan in this concealer. It's really liquidy and goes on pretty nice and smooth and thin, and goes on like skincare. It kind of reminds me of the Charlotte Tilbury concealer, except I feel like that one has a thicker consistency to it, but I feel like the formulation of it feels pretty similar. Don't quote me. Y'all can let me know down below if you want a battle of both of those to combine to see if my theory is correct or not. But I really like this concealer. I like the color of it. I liked how it went on, and it felt really lightweight and blended out easily, so I was really impressed with it. Okay, last foundation I have to talk about that isn't a foundation powder is the NYX, what is it, Bear With Me Blur Foundation. Now, if y'all remember, I bought the wrong shade because I had to buy it in store, and I went in store and they still don't have my shade in store, so they only had the shade Deep Bronze. I wear the shade Deep Golden, the same as I have in the matching concealer. I like this concealer as a mixer concealer though. Like, I don't use this concealer on its own. I feel like it's too thin and doesn't give enough coverage for my liking, but I have the shade Deep Golden in this too, if I remember correctly. Yeah, excuse me. So I did use this in the video with it, but I think I mixed it with another concealer. Or I might have just used a whole nother concealer. I honestly don't remember when it comes to that video. That was a little while ago. But this foundation is amazing. Like, it definitely does blur your skin and look nice on the skin. It looks nice and natural. It's just, I need to get my right shade. So this one I'll probably use more in the summertime, and then if it ever comes in stock in my shade in store, or like they have a sale, like they're having a sale right now for 50% off on Ulta website on this foundation when I'm watching. So I might, while I'm filming this, so I might go ahead and actually get my shade then, because it's still winter time, so I still need the winter shade. This one has me looking a little off, but in the summertime I know I look fine. But I really like this foundation. I think it's good. It's been working out so far. So y'all getting a little glimpse of my complexion corner and how I feel about the product. I'm gonna use it a little bit more just to like solidify my feelings about it, but so far so good. And I was really pressed enough to put in this video, so there you go. So now let's get into the primers, since I should have did those first, but I was excited about the foundations and they were sitting on top of the primers because I just threw all the stuff in the box randomly at the last minute. Okay, so of course we got to pull out the hard candy primer. Y'all know these are some amazing dupes for primers. So this is a dupe to the hard candy, to the Tatcha Silk Canvas, the Balm. And then this is a good dupe for the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I wanted to show this one because I feel like everybody talks about the e.l.f. ones all the time, but I wanted to give this one some attention and some love. So that's why I'm showing both these hard candy primers. I feel like they make good dupes of primers. I don't know about other products, but these are good dupes of some of their products. Of some higher end products that you might be interested in trying out. So I want to throw them in this video. Next, I have, believe it or not, a Wet n Wild product. I know I haven't featured Wet n Wild forever. This is the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer Base. This is a silicone based primer, but it feels amazing on the skin. It has a weird texture to it when you first put it on, and it comes out the container really weird. Like when you pop it out, it like comes out a long thin cube and then it like breaks off, and it has, I don't know, the consistency of this is just really weird to me, but it goes on the skin really nicely and it blurs the skin out nicely and makes it look really nice and smooth. So I definitely recommend this primer to anyone, and it actually oil controls okay. It's not the best, but I mean, again, girl, it's like a, I think, $4 primer, and I think it's a great deal for $4. Okay, so the next thing I have to talk about is the e.l.f. blurring primer serum. So y'all know this is supposed to be a dupe for the blurring well, the Skin Tune blur for Solly. And when they went out of business for a while, I was telling people just go ahead and get this one. I know they still sell on their website. This is an amazing product. I think it's only $10, and honey, it gives everything. It is, I think it's even like the same consistency. Only thing I'll say is it's issues with droppers on both of them. So it's issues with the dropper on this one, it's issues with the dropper on the what do you call it, the one from Solly. So I don't know if they fix their issue or not. I don't know if they'll fix their issue or not, but mine is just about gone, so it won't even come into the drop anymore. That's how much I have used this product and how much I love it. So I actually need to re-up this primer and get it again, because while it's wintertime, I feel like I'm not gonna be as oily, and I can utilize this primer a little bit more than I can once the summer hits. But y'all, Skin Tune Blur dupe, there you go. And then I got this Revlon with the Photo Ready Prime Plus Perfecting and Smoothing Makeup Plus Skincare Primer. This is a good alternative to the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas. So if you didn't like the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas, or you do, and you just don't want to pay the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas prices, I would definitely recommend you try out this primer, because it gives the vibes of it. Shout out to Nakia Joy, because that's how I found out about this one. I was watching one of her dupe videos and I was like, there's no way. And then I bought it because y'all know Revlon has lots of coupons at CVS, and y'all know, if you didn't know, I coupon for my drugstore makeup a lot of the time. So they had gave me a $4 off coupon, and I think I had a 40% off coupon, and then I think I had some free money. So I think I only paid $2 for this, even though it's like, I think it's like 11 or 15, so it's kind of high. But you know, like, considering it's supposed to be a dupe for the Tatcha, the Silk Canvas, and y'all know that's like 54 bucks, it's a deal. So I wanted to show off this one and like let you know about it. But honey, yes, if you need a dupe for the Liquid Silk Canvas, I'm pretty sure I did videos on a lot of these dupes for you all, so I'll try to remember to link up above. I make no promises. I'll probably just link the playlist of all the high-end dupes that I have. Next, I have the One Heck of a Blot Primer. This is supposed to be good for people with oily combination skin like myself. I've used it a couple of times in the summertime, and I feel like it did a pretty good job, so I wanted to go ahead and throw it in here. I know Soap and Glory is hard to find, in my personal opinion. Like, I know there used to be a Walgreens. I don't know if they're still there or not. I don't really shop at Walgreens. I'm more of a CVS girl. And then I know that they sell it at Ulta, but I don't remember if they sell this primer at Ulta or not. Although I think when I bought it at Ulta, and they were having a sale on Soap and Glory, and that's how I ended up with this primer. I just remember Casey Holmes talking about how nice it was, and I know she has oily combination skin like myself, so I was definitely bought it based upon her recommendation, and it turned out to be pretty good. Okay, so I only got 2 things left, and they're concealers. So of course y'all know I had to put in the L'Oreal Infallible. What is this? I don't know why I brought both of these with me, because one of these should have been left in my house. Anyway, this is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear More Than Concealer in the shade 415 Honey. That's the one I like to use on my face. So I would definitely recommend this concealer. Everybody was comparing this to the Tarte Shape Tape, because y'all know everybody's trying to do the Tarte Shape Tape like a million years ago, and now people don't even talk about the Tarte Shape Tape anymore, so I find that interesting. The other one I have is this CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I have the shade Caramel, and then I think I have the shade Golden Caramel. Golden Caramel is the one I prefer because it's lighter, but like in the summertime I use Caramel because obviously I am deeper, so I need a little bit of a deeper shade. So this concealer is just as good as the L'Oreal one, so I guess it just depends on which one you prefer, which brand you prefer, but I feel like they both do a good job. I think I like the colors in the CoverGirl one a little bit more than I do the one in L'Oreal, because I feel like it's a little lacking when it comes to my skin tone. So I'm personally reaching for the CoverGirl more than I'm the L'Oreal, but that doesn't mean the L'Oreal is bad. It's just I like the colors of the CoverGirl one a little bit better. So those are all of the complexion things I had to show you all. Like I said, if you want to see a part 2, comment down below, and I'll do the blushes, bronzers, highlighters, and lip products in that one. I actually have on some of the products I talked about in this video, believe it or not. So that J-Cat Beauty, oh wait, no, I didn't talk about the powders yet. Jesus, I'm not done yet. I'm sorry. I thought I had talked about some more stuff than I did, since it wasn't in the box. I didn't see it. So let's get into these powders now. And I'll talk about the one that's on my face right now. This is the J-Cat Aqua Assurance Compact Foundation. I have the shade Caramel. This is supposed to be like a waterproof powder foundation, and as you can see, I have it on my face right now. I think the color works out really nice. I think it's a really nice product. I don't know about it being waterproof. I haven't tried that claim, but you know, if you sweat a lot, that might be good for you, because you know, waterproof, sweat is water. So you know, I figured that might work out for somebody who needs that. I think it was a good product. I feel like J-Cat is a brand that's slept on, that people don't talk about that much though. But at the same time, I feel like maybe they don't advertise themselves as much, and that's why people don't talk about them as much. I'm not 100% sure. Let me put that down because that's a newer one. I have my Essence, what is this? My Skin Perfector Loose Fixing Powder. Instant Blur Effect Natural Matte Finish Powder. Setting powder. It's in the shade 40 Tan. I really love this stuff. I heard some people saying they didn't like it. I remember in Juicy Jazz's video, she was talking about how she didn't like this powder. She had the translucent one, and she was saying how I think she said it made her skin look textured instead of blurred or something. I've never had the issue with this powder, which is why I'm recommending it. I really like it, and Essence is a brand you can find at CVS. Now I haven't found the new foundation and concealer at CVS, but I did see this powder at CVS along with a few other things like some lip products and things like that. So I was really impressed with it. I really like it. I would buy it again if I was in a pinch and I needed to, but we all know I have 15 million powders, so I don't need to buy it anymore. But if I was in a pinch and needed it, I would definitely be looking for that powder, or the Maybelline Fit Me powder. That's a really good powder as well. The loose Maybelline Fit Me powder. I think I have the shade Medium Dark, and I like to set my face with that. I think it's a really good powder. I forgot to bring it with me though, I think. Or wait, no, I think it's already here, and that's what it was. Yeah. So this is the one I was talking about. I really like this powder. I think it does an excellent job. A lot of people that do luxury and high-end makeup videos were talking about how nice it was too, because I remember Morgan Turner talking about it. I really liked it before then, but you know. Next I have the Catrice, what is it? HD Baking and Setting Loose Powder. I have the shade Cool Beige. This I just use underneath my eyes, because sometimes I don't always want the yellow effect. The majority of the time I want the yellow effect, but when I want something different, I use this powder because it's a nice cool beige undertone to it, and it gets the job done. It's not as good as the Huda Beauty, just because it's in the Huda Beauty packaging. Don't be fooled. It's not as good as the Huda Beauty at all. It's a thinner formulation to the powder than that one. I feel like the Huda one is thicker, but I feel like it spreads out smoothly and evenly in spite of it being thicker. That one is thinner, and it goes on, you know, nice and smooth. It's finely milled and all that. So if you're looking for an alternative to for under eye powder that you can bake with and look nice underneath the eyes, I would definitely recommend that one. The next one I have to talk about, I know, another Wet n Wild powder. Again, shout out to my girl, It's Glam XO Beauty on Instagram. She had talked about this powder. This is the clarifying finishing powder from what do you call it, Wet n Wild. I have the shade medium tan. It doesn't go any deeper than this one, so again, lacking in shade range. That's honestly why I've stopped talking about a lot of Wet n Wild products. I feel like they're not catering to everyone. They're taking the Physicians Formula route, the brand that I think them and Physicians Formula are owned by the same people, so it's like I can understand now why they started pulling back and changing, I guess. I don't know, but this powder is really nice. This is powder that's actually underneath my eyes right now. I set it underneath the eyes and all the places I highlighted with my concealer. So this is the powder I am wearing right now. Again, I tried to wear stuff that was going to be in the video because, you know, you want to see the stuff in action, so you're seeing some of the stuff in action on my face. I really like this powder, especially when it's time of the month and I need to like set my face, because y'all know a lot of my acne is on my cheeks. So the fact that it said it was a clarifying finishing powder was a, another selling point for me, and it actually worked out pretty nice. So I was excited about that. Now we're gonna get into another actual foundation powder. So I have the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation in a powder. I wear the shade Deep Copper. I think it's Deep Copper. No, I just wear the shade Copper. It's 365 Copper, and the foundation is Deep Copper, and then the powder is just Copper, but I wear both of them in Copper. This is the coloring right here. This is kind of expensive though. I think this is like $15.99 or something like that. It's $15 or $14.99. It's in the double-digit ranges at the drugstore, which I feel like is kind of high, but I feel like L'Oreal was always higher than everyone else. So, I mean, are we really surprised? As you can see, I've used a little bit. I haven't used it a whole lot. I don't really use powder foundation that often to set my foundation. I usually just try to stick to my setting powders because I have so many of them to choose from. But occasionally, I want a little more coverage and not want to use a whole bunch of liquid to get the coverage done. And that's when I reach for, like, my foundation powders. But I did today just so you all could see what one looks like. Normally I would have went for setting powder. So the last product I have to talk about for real this time, we'll be done this time, is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Translucent Blur Out Powder. So I tried this in the last drugstore video I did recently, which was like literally last week, I believe. Last Saturday. It was last Saturday or Sunday that y'all got a drugstore video, and I tried this out. I thought it was pretty nice. I usually don't really vibe with Milani that well when it comes to complexion, but this powder was actually really good. I heard about it from, what's her name, Tatiana Anise, I think that's how you say her name. She was talking about how good it was when she did like her drugstore haul video that I watched, or her just first haul of 2023. And I had looked at it when I first saw it. I was like, maybe I should try that out, because I was thinking it might be similar to the Nakia Joy Cosmetics powder. And since she's a brand that's in a foreign country, I feel like it takes longer to get it shipped to you and it would cost more. Plus this one would be more affordable. So I bought this to compare against that one. So y'all can comment down below, let me know if you want to buy all of those powders. Or we can battle it against the Urban Decay translucent one. But if I remember correctly, that one doesn't say that it's a blurring powder. So I don't know if that would necessarily be like a good idea or not. But anyway, you can comment down below and tell me what you think. But those are all the products I had to refer to you about drugstore makeup just when it comes to complexion. Like I said the first 2 times, I just want to make it clear, if you want a part 2, let me know, because I already have the stuff sitting in the bag on the side, and then I'll just film that next week when I come back. So those are all the products I had to talk to you about today. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.